Black men are we're taking our own lives at an alarming rate. I don't think it's anything. I don't think the numbers even could be. I don't think they could be compared to like how things were, man. I think, and people are saying, well, the new generation is getting soft and whatever. I'm gonna be real. I think that's a cop out. It's always been easy to say the next generation is soft. They've been saying that generation. They've been saying that about the next generation since before your parents were born. Most of our parents were born, and their parents' generation said they were soft. It's just a reality of it. I think black men right now and black women right now have the ability to kind of look things up and learn about mental health and see what their issues actually are. And the stigma of, being too sensitive or whatever is kind of going. The generation that believe, that if you felt a certain way about something, that you were just being sensitive and that's not manly and all that. That generation is getting older, and the new generation is coming around that understands mental health issues and it understands the need for things to be, for you to be healthy mentally. They understand that. So what we're seeing right now is we're seeing black men unaliving themselves and at an alarming rate. And a lot of it has to do, this is just my opinion, but a lot of it has to do with some of the things that we put on men, some of the things that we tell them they need to do, right? They don't feel like they can find love. They have to live a particular life. The black experience is a big deal too. And it's some of the things that we do in schools, you know what I mean? There's people that there's black men that live places where because of where they live, they get attacked. They get attacked because of where they live, right? Let me do something real quick here. Yeah, they get attacked because of where they live, right? They get attacked because of where they live. They get called names. They get, you know what I'm saying, brutalized. Maybe that place is a place that maybe it's a neighborhood somebody else don't like. You know what I mean? Maybe there's an issue going on in their household that's messing with them. Maybe they go to school and get teased a lot for whatever. Maybe they're not dressing the right way. Maybe they can't find any women because they're not dressing the way that they need to dress. But when you're in high school or you're in middle school, you don't have the ability to go get clothes. But wait, you do. You're going to go out there and sell drugs. You're going to rob. You're going to bip, right? With that, you're going straight to jail. Maybe you're not great at sports. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't like watching sports. Maybe you don't like, the type of things that other black men your age like. Maybe you like anime. Maybe you like musical instruments. You know what I'm saying? You might like to play the saxophone, the drums, whatever. Now all of a sudden you're not part of the black experience, right? Because you're not cutting school to go smoke. You're not, trying to mess with all the women in school. You're not popular. You're not the best dancer or whatever. You don't have the hairstyle and the swag and the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You don't know all the songs on the Kendrick Lamar album by heart, right? So all of us grew up and we saw that black guy growing up. We saw that black guy. I see memes about it. There was a meme that had a picture of a black dude, just his forehead and up, that showed it showed his, just the dude, just forehead and up. And it said, basically it says, I can tell this person watches anime. Right? Supposed to be funny, but here's the thing. right? For me personally, I watch anime. I'm 36. I don't have I'm married. I don't have no issue with whatever. I got, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of black men my age that watch anime that could go out to a lounge and pretty much pick up whoever they want to pick up, right? But growing up, when you're in that awkward stage, you get what I'm saying? High schoolers, middle schoolers, that's who's taking their own lives. That's who's unaliving themselves, right? So those people that are, again, unaliving themselves are young, and they haven't found their way. They're awkward around women. Women don't like them, right? Women don't like them. You know, the other brothers in school laugh at them. You know what I'm saying? The women laugh at them. You get what I'm saying? So it's a hard situation. And in my opinion, I think not only can we possibly have issues at home, right? Not only can we possibly have issues with ourselves, within ourselves, right? But also the stress that we put on each other as black people has always been there, and it's gotten worse and worse over the years. So I'm hoping with this next generation that they create the narrative that the black experience has thousands of different experiences in it, right? Because there's lots of people that are the way that they are now because they were told they weren't black enough. There are a lot of people that today that are told they're not manly enough, right? They're not this enough, they're not that enough. And a lot of that stuff is alive and well in the black community, and it's not as alive and it's not as well in other communities. It's not the same. I'm not sure if Caucasian men and women deal with situations of whether or not they're white enough. I don't know. I don't know. There might be an equivalent. I don't know. But I can tell you this: I haven't heard anything about it. I don't only move within my own community. Got many different friends, many different shapes, sizes, ethnicities, cultural backgrounds. So I wanted to put that as a PSA out there. We have to, if we want to help get rid of a lot of that stuff, we need to really hone in on how we address each other from a relationship standpoint, from love, black men and black women. We need to take a look at how things are going inside of households, right? That these young black men are being raised in. We need to look at how things are happening in school. Listen to your kids when they're telling you about what's going on in school. Listen to them. Listen to them when they're telling you about how difficult something is in school or whatever. Like, listen to them, you know what I mean? They're having issues. They don't know who to talk to about it. You can't talk to other black men about it. 9 times out of 10, other black men are going to laugh at you. You can't be sensitive. We're not allowed to show sensitivity. We're not allowed to cry, right? We're not allowed to do any of that. I just did a video about alpha males and beta males, right? That is just a play off of our issue as black men on we have an issue with understanding that men can have emotions and men can be emotionally intelligent. We have an issue processing that as black men, and that is a play on it. That's why most of us are talking about alpha and beta male. We can't like Cuddy said, we can't fathom the wizardry. We don't even, right? With that information, you transfer that to your children, right? Now you have a black son who has no idea how to handle being sad, has no idea how to process that. They don't have it because you don't have it and you don't think it's necessary. And then the cycle continues. Black men are unaliving themselves at an alarming rate, and we're talking about it, but we're not doing anything about it. If you're raising young black men If you're raising a black man, if you're raising a black woman, this discussion, the only reason why I'm not including black women in it, because black women are unaliving themselves too. The only reason I'm not discussing it is because I don't feel like I have the necessary life experience to talk about it. But we play a hand with what's happening with each other. One of the biggest hands. Now, when it comes to racism, right? Racism has always been discussed. We talk about that all the time. That's the only reason I'm leaving that out of the discussion. We talk about that every day. You know that, right? Don't we? So I wanted to. It was heavy on my soul, but I have a lot of I have a lot of friends now that have unalived themselves for various reasons, but it matches into one of the reasons I just said. Right? It's real. These are people who I respected and still respect to this day, and I had no idea that they were dealing with what they were dealing with. I did not know. So, and the reason I don't know, and the reason why most people around them did not know, is because we're not allowed to talk about it. You know, I just actually remembered that me and him did actually talk about mental health. We both talked about that before he unalived himself. Sorry, I just remembered that. Sometimes they won't reach out for help. Sometimes it's a discussion, right? You guys can both be talking about mental health. You get what I'm saying? And you might think one person's strong because of the way they're talking about it, but maybe they're not strong at the moment and they need some help. And it's okay as a black man to need help. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not know what's happening. It's okay to reach out. It's okay to feel weak. Feeling weak doesn't mean that you are weak. And being weak is a state of being for that time. That doesn't mean you're weak tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't mean, it's crazy to say, but as black men, man, we're living like cavemen and how we look at masculinity and all that, man. We got to find a way to fix that, because we're taking our own lives, and there are children that don't have a father, right? They do not have their daddy, and it's because they weren't strong enough to stay here. And they weren't strong enough to stay here because nobody helped, because they didn't feel like anybody would care, and they didn't want to burden other people, because we feel like burdens, right? That's why we feel like burdens. We have to create a better narrative. The only thing I can say is, black men and black women, make sure that who you're dating, the black man or the black woman that you're dating, or the black man or the black woman that you're married to, understands that you're always there for them, that they're not a burden when they're telling you their problems. I don't need to make time to hear it. I'm here. Just make sure you have that. And that energy gets passed on to your children, and they do the same thing. Make sure. Because a lot of us, we don't even take hugs correctly. We don't like extra touching. We don't like it. I tense up when I get hugged if I don't plan on being hugged. If I'm not like, okay, right now I want to go hug somebody. If I don't go hug you, if you do it to me, and I tense up. I don't like it. And I'm a grown ass man, and I'm married, right? So at this age, that type of stuff looks totally different. It's no longer cute and a little quirk. Now it's a problem. So take what I just said, and hopefully that lights a fire under your ass to do something different, man. I'm gonna holler at you.